Well, I'm recording this video. We got the black kit out again. Episode number 5 now, as we go into some mean, lean bit of this season. There's also, I don't know if you guys relate, who of course are outside of the UK, but I'm in a queue. You can't really see that. O2 priority. I am desperately trying to get P to K tickets. I don't know why I've told you guys that. It might not relate to any of you. Well, probably none of you at all, but we're really trying, as we're really trying to get some results under the belt today. Yes, people, welcome back, as I said, to episode number 5 of season number 5 of this Grimsby Town to Glory FIFA 23 career mode. As always, as soon as we jump into this episode, as I hit refresh on my phone, don't forget, as always, to previously watch the last video so you're all caught up. And if you do enjoy that, leave it a like. And if you do enjoy this one, leave it a like, maybe prematurely on this one right now, or decide if you like it enough. And if you really do like it and you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's the big red button down below. Absolutely hammer it. It costs nothing and it doesn't really break your tablet if you click it really hard with your index finger, as you can use any finger. Other fingers are available. We sit in the league 13th. Unlucky for some, but I'm hoping it can be lucky for us today. We play the rivals first, as you can probably see right there. Still in playoff contention. 6 points off. Ain't great 16 games in for where I thought we were going to be, but still plenty of season to go around. Plenty of work to be done. As you can see, the budget, 13 million's not bad at all. That's from the sale of Carter Hodgson. Glad we kind of got him out of the club. Of course, not out of the club, but you know what I mean. The money for it, as we're going to be away at the Cacomb to start us off with. Definitely playing that one as a Norwich. Oxford. Interesting. Might play Oxford, you know. We haven't played them yet in this save. Luton Town just lost Nathan Jones in real life a couple of hours ago. As Bournemouth, actually, got to play Bournemouth, haven't we? As then a trip to St Andrews to end us off in a congested December. Can't wait to really get into that, as actually I can. As the reason I can wait is because I want to get this league form going a little bit. As how's the team looking for this first game? We've got a couple of rating changes around this squad. Dominic Ball is probably going to have to come back into this team. Where is Eccles? Is he injured? No, he's not. He's completely fit. He's just hiding down there. Okay, need to get this team right. McAtee playing well, but will come out with the team right there, as Coxey now up to 71 rated. That's really nice, as I think the team's really built itself, to be fair. Gonna go with this one. Also now 71 rated, even increasing at, how old is he? 34 years of age. Brilliant. As James Bree on the right with Pollock, Lindsay, Scales and Gleno alongside them. Everyone now over 69 rated. Everyone over 70 rated, I should have said, actually. Brilliant stuff with Moa and Eccles in the midfield. Reggie Stone sitting just in front of them. I've heard comments saying his potential might be done. I mean, it's realistic that some players' potential ends earlier than others. No offence, I'm just going to call random one out. Jack Wilshere, like, he never hit the heights, did he? So I'm hoping Reggie can keep on going, but if he doesn't, we'll look for another one. As Gyökeres just in front, he's almost 80 rated, with Saidi starting alongside him ahead of Coxey, as it's only just as well. Bench speaks for itself, really. Sverko dropping out with Goodwin. Shepherd dropping out there as well. A lot of good youngsters, but we're not going to really risk them for the trip away in the derby. And one of the most exciting leagues in Europe, it's just been referred to as this game, has the potential to be a cracker. Was a good draw last time out, as Sayan and Manesh up front. I've heard that on the radio, actually, listening to Grimsby. Sayadamesh, I think it's pronounced. There's Adama Traore just behind. Dogukan Sinik, I really want to get that right for some reason. Randell Williams, Regan Slater playing well at the moment. Greg Doherty sitting, Ahmad Dedick, Jacob Greaves, Alfie Jones, Javier Simmons, Francois Joseph Solarico, or Solacaro in goal. Calamelda, Ozan Tufan still on that bench. Tete the same, Longman the same. And Matty Ingram and Bas Peters looks a good player. Still, I'm looking at the bench. It's the team on the field at the moment we've got to try and overcome. Let's get going, lads. We do need a victory right here as a run around us slightly. It is Matty Pollock on the back of his man, as that's a ball disguised around the corner, you know, and I don't know why he opted really to pass that, but a little bit of a mess up, as I've just noticed Liam Lindsay, who's the captain now, is wearing the number 15 as well. He has almost replaced Harry Clifton in every way apart from being a midfielder, which is a horrific thing really to digest, but still can't be harsh on that player, as here's James Breer, number 5, running down this wing, tried to put it in the middle, unfortunate, very unfortunate, as Scales wins a header. Going to turn in the middle of the park straight onto Anthony Glennon. Tried to fizz a ball through right there. Javier Simmons to come away with it. It's not the Javier Simmons who, of course, spent the time at PSG, Barcelona, I'm pretty sure. And now he's at PSV, getting some game time. As Gleno has to mark Simmons rather well there. Just squeezed past through the middle. Here is Sayadamej as he tries to put the ball into the middle. Tried to read it with Scales, but he's not done well at all. Ball in the middle from Randell Williams. And it'll fall to Allsop. We got a tad lucky there. Liam Scales just overruns it sometimes as Gleno gets the ball in the middle of the park. We'll try and switch this one across. That's a brilliant ball. Straight into Matty Pollock. Back in the middle onto Reggie Stone. As there's a run through for Gyökeres. Here's Victor trying to be victorious. Nominated for Player of the Month in real life, I've just seen, as the ball's fizzed straight back into him. Poor from the keeper. But we can't capitalise. Now they've got a run on at us as that ball squeezed through to Aliad. Liam Scales comes across just in time and we're beating Adama Traore to that header. As that's a good turn from Victor. Just going to keep this ball here. Go backwards. Straight into Liam Lindsay to just jog forward slightly as well. Into James Bree. There's runners in behind. We're going to opt for side D if it does reach. Rhyming names there. As it's a ball over the top towards Gyökeres. Unfortunate for us right there as we've won the header as well. Side D with the ball. He just turns straight into Josh Eccles. Alex Mowatt. Can he hit a long shot? He does sometimes, as he does here on Derby Day. 38 minutes on the clock, and Alex Mowatt, who doesn't really stand out in this team, is a bit of a Pirlo kind of player. But what a finish that is from range, straight into the top corner. That is Grimsby Town 1, Hull City 0. The Tigers are mauling themselves, stepping off as man, and that is a brilliant finish. Get in there. We're not on any clear form, but we've got a Derby Day delight so far. We've just got to keep it up. As Gyökeres has Bree running alongside him, who's going to whip a ball first time in towards Saidi, who heads it wide. Perfect chance for 2. And I tell you what, he's got to do better, as I'm going to switch the lights on behind me as well. Keep forgetting about them. I've also got some more decorations for in the back, but we're not going to talk about them just yet, as Alex Mowatt, straight round the corner, cuts back on his man into Reggie Stone. That's into Gyökeres. He's got runners either side of him. Gyökeres to just slowly jog it. Now gives it round the corner as we're easily tackled. That wasn't a great move, as there is the whistle. It is, however, 1-0 Mariners. We're absolutely loving it so far. Loving it as Cynic coming across to Bree, but doesn't get there. Eccles. Just got to keep these performance levels up, as that's a good tackle. I've also noticed Louis Coyle isn't playing in the derby against the team that he previously played for, and he has to play, so we might have a bit of an earful from him. Probably does come off the bench to try and see it through, if the scores are still in our favour, I think, as Victor Gyökeres has Saidi in front of him a little bit. Gyökeres needs to start scoring more and just keeping the ball. That was quite poor, as a ball through the middle as well there. Got to watch yourselves a little bit. Dedic out wide with a little chip into the middle, not a great one. And Liam Lindsay to just read that straight into Reggie, around the corner onto Josh Eccles. As he's got a little bit of a gap, he's going to cut back, however. Pass it in the middle onto Gyökeres. Saidi's in front, but we can't really get the ball to him there. Maybe Bree can just whittle his way back in the middle. That's good passing. Gyökeres is miles off. Miles off. And oh dear, a ball onto Aliad. It's Liam Scales. Take a bow, son. What a challenge from our defender right there. As now James Bree charging forward a little bit. Probably do need to get some subs going in this game at some point, as that ball straight round the corner and cut out. Now we've got a bit of defending to do. It's Cynic running forward. We haven't really shuffled across correctly. It's into the middle, chipped over the top. Header won by Scales. It still falls down. I'm sure that hit the arm of Traore, but nothing given. 15 minutes left. Want to try and get the subs through, which is, of course, Dominic Ball, defensive midfielder. Rather self-explanatory. And we're going to put, I think it's Coxey I've opted for over Cullen. As we've got a chance to whip this in towards Saidi. Not bad. He's the man coming off. as Eccles going for an overhead from miles out. Not a bad opt there, as now Reggie Stone round the corner. There's Eccles getting it on to Victor Gyökeres. Not a great game from him, but he does stay on. As when the ball goes out, I'm actually going to take this as a chance to get Coyle on, so he doesn't give us a huge earful after the game. He should be taking this throw in. He is. He's just going to throw it straight into the middle into Gyökeres. One more onto Reggie. Oh, it's a terrible back heel, actually. As the game's almost over. Is the Alex Mowat screamer gonna be the difference? It is! As we have won the derby away from home. The first time we've overcome the noisy Tigers. As it's a big win against Liam Rosinia's men. Oh, what a result. Get in. Get in! A great game we've truly had to graft, as that puts us level on everything with Hull City. Goal difference as well as points and games and everything, as Liam Cox saying he's not having a good time with his career. I'll just try and motivate him a little bit. And what's this saying? Boss won't be grateful. Know what you can offer the team. And Alex Mowat, of course, went to plan for you. I say that, it went to plan for everyone. 17th, not 17th? 11th. Where have I got 17 from? I actually don't know. As we have 4 points off the playoffs now, which is Cardiff, who drew their game. Norwich up next, who are just above us as well. So this is another testing game after a transfer break as well. Or not a transfer break. I'm looking at, of course, players right there. I'm on about international break. So Reece Brown looks pretty decent. Getting the youth going a little bit here. We've got a full squad. As we'll still keep going, charging towards Carrow Road, full steam ahead. We've got to be, as here's Marine Sverko asking to play. I've got to say it's a team game. I'm going to have to be critical with the players that aren't playing, because I've got to be critical with the teams we pick. We're not doing great. We've got to pick the best players, as it's definitely the same team as last time. You cannot change a winning team after a derby day. So here we go. Carrow Road away. What awaits? Well, we'll see right here, as it's Josh Meisner up front on his own, with Todd Cantwell on one wing, Yusuf in the middle, should I say, with Marcelinho Nunez, Josh Sargent now a right midfielder, and under 75 rated now, Marcos Antonio Silva Santos in the middle. Did he play for someone else last time? I honestly can't remember. I don't think he played for Norwich. I'm not too sure. With Ian Matson at left back, good one, probably more a wing back. With Victor Chust, Salih, Sam Byram and Angus Gunn. They've got a very decent team. Milot Rijika still there. He's a difference maker. Adam Ida the same. Kieran Dowler talk about too much. Let's see how it goes against these Canaries. No idea what to expect as Victor Gyökeres. Let's get underway, shall we? Try to roll it to the side and haven't been able to do that. So, I think that's an injury to Reggie Stone straight away, which is absolutely perfect, isn't it? What a start to the game that is. It looks like John McAtee, where he scored last season, might get another chance, as we've got to stop this attack though. And it's Todd Cantwell running through. We've got there with James Bree. And I have been told as well in the comments that a lot of my players do run out of position, which to be fair I agree upon. That is something I need to improve on. As that's a ball over the top towards Reggie, who heads that onto Gyökeres. So get it through to Saidi. That's a brilliant header from Gyökeres. It's Saidi through! And he scuffed it. What are you doing? That's so unbelievably poor. And he's missed the chance, squandered it to get us in front, as McAtee has come on for Reggie. I hope it's a speedy recovery for Stone. Do not want him injured. He's not been, of course, as prolific as he was last season, where he was superb. But still, he's been brilliant, as Josh Meisner keeping the ball in the middle of the park here onto Yusuf. That's round the corner onto Todd Cantwell. We'll just watch it out. Easy watch, as that's Glennon trying to get a pass through the middle. Meisner with the easy read down, as Scales just get back into defence. Don't push too far out. Just going to have to let them come at us a little bit though, aren't we? As now Josh Sargent through the middle. Just read as runners, as that's round the corner and won't go out of play. It's kept in, and Gleno gambled. Scales staying in position a little bit. Just shuffling across a little bit, and there we go. Easy read for Liam, as the pass forward is straight onto Saidi, who's absolutely clattered with a little bit of a heel flick. That's a dodgy tackle, as it's into John McAtee. He's going to cut back and look for Gyökeres, but man reads. Good read, in fact, as Scales is rounded here. Got to watch in the middle a little bit as they're looking for an option. And I have no idea how they've squeezed it into the bottom corner, but Marcelinho Nunez, the captain, has managed to do such thing. That's a tremendous goal, but I've got to say, shouldn't have gone through. Let's take a look. Did it take a deflection or anything? Number 26 wheeling off with the celebration. It didn't. It's just not saved from Alsop. Very unfortunate as there's a turn in there from Eccles. As now we've got to come back from behind at Carrow Road. Not great at all for us. As Victor Gyökeres shoved off the ball too easily. He has not found himself at home here at Grimsby. Maybe he had a poor attitude at Coventry. Leaving on a free, of course, to get out of the team when he's, of course, the best player at Coventry. And maybe he's come to us with the same attitude and it's not working out. I don't know. I honestly can't put my finger on the cause. As Gyökeres with a spin in the middle of the field onto McAtee. McAtee just to keep this ball, however, and gives it out wide. Whipped in. Mowat heads across, but not great. As the halftime whistle does go as well, as the score is 1-0 to the Yellows. And I'm not happy about it. Not happy about it at all, as we're going to get an interception in there. James Bree does, but still have managed to get the ball. Now there's a gap at this side where Todd Cantwell and Meisjer going to be playing some quick 1-2s. It's straight in the middle, though, however, onto Liam Scales. Now on to Saidi, as Saidi tries to step aside. Not working. I think the thing with the league this season is we've got some very, very strong teams like Norwich, Bournemouth, Brighton. They're all Premier League quality, I would say, as that ball's over the top. Straight into James Bree. It's a good little dink. Got to try and get going. We've got, of course, already made one substitution, which doesn't help us. Saidi running forward, but Bree down this wing as well. Here is James Bree. He's going to cut back and give it into McAtee. Looking for the striker because Gyökeres is nowhere to be found. I'm actually getting quite sick of him. I can't even lie, as here is Josh Eccles. Tried to turn, he's gone down. He's gone down clutching his elbow, and then other good ones. At least it hopefully isn't a broken toe. As we're going to try and get a little bit of a tackle in there. Still not got it out, however. Just chasing the ball down a bunch as that's through the middle. Josh Meisjer around the corner into Sargent. That's a brilliant save. As it's in fact not Eccles, it's McAtee. You know, the player that came on is going to be going off again. Cox is going to have to play centre forward. Not Cam, of course. Push him a bit further forward because we are, of course, trying to get the win as well. That's gone straight round us. It's a good corner routine. Blasted. Straight at Bree, who was in the right place at the right time, as Coxey has got a bit of an acceleration of pace right here. This is good running from him. Keep on going, Dan Cox. He's going to keep on going. He's going to roll it back a little bit. Through the middle onto Saidi. What a save. What a save, Angus Gunn. We're going to get Cullen on as well. That was a chance, you know. As Gleno's going to have to whip this ball in. I'm going to go for a bit of a power corner, maybe. Get a bit of power on this one. It's not enough. It's definitely not enough, as Alex Mowat's going to chase this down. Give it Gleno. He's onside. He can't control. As Mowat makes another tackle, however. And look at Cullen. That's a good run from Liam, you know. Into Coxey in the middle. A good save from Gunn again. Come on, we've got to get a corner working out for us at some point in this save. Gonna go for a bit more of a curler. That's looped up very high. Gonna aim towards the penalty area. That's a decent corner! Off the line! Are you having me on? What a chance it was! I think it was Scales who got the header, as he's still got the ball here far forward. And Cullen waiting for a run around. James Bree does offer that. Victor Gyökeres, it's a heavy touch. And Salih, he's just having him in his back pocket right there. I don't know what it is with the Swede up front. I was really hoping good things, terrific things. Innes Cameron days in League 2, but they've definitely not been the occasion right here. I've got to get team press on. We've got to try and get something from this one. This was a 6-pointer for them playoff places, but we're not going to get it. And in fact, they're whittling the way through a little bit again. Not going to get there. It's going to be from a 1-0 win in the derby to a 1-0 defeat. That's going to be a penalty, but it's not. It's going to be play on somehow. Ball slipped through. Gleno trying to read it. Just give it to Alsop and whack that, as we're going to have no time. Yep, I'm correct. There's the final whistle. A 1-0 defeat to the Canaries. And I tell you what, they didn't deserve it. Disgraceful goal, but disgraceful performance. It's on to Oxford, and we've only got to make us wrongs right. It's another defeat, as Oxford will be a simulated game as well. Reggie Stone 5 days, McAtee 5 days, but it puts both attacking midfielders out for this game. Matty Pollock, don't let it get to your head. I've got to rotate the squad, Marinas. I think it's got to be rotated after that showing. Simply put, it wasn't good enough. As 3 changes, Sverko, Ball and Cullen. Gyökeres is dropped to the bench. He's not been good enough, has he? So he'll be there. So I'm going to put Norman on the bench as well, a youth player who's, of course, got his chance because of the attacking midfielders being injured. If he grasps it, good. If he doesn't, I think he'll be straight out for McAtee or Reggie Stone coming back. It's only because Cox is in the team now. As how's it going to be at Oxford? I'm really hoping for results. We did get a message, however, before this. Who's it from? Asking to play. Dominic Ball. I've already come to the right decision. He is in the team, of course. He's playing in midfield, even though he doesn't really like to play midfield. He likes to be the defensive one. Excuse me. As we really need a win right here. What is it going to be? A 1-1 draw. Javi Cueto and Saidi. Now that is horrific. To be up there this season, we've got to be beating them. As Luton Town have a game in hand. We play them next, joint on points as well. It's going to be a bit of an interesting one, as I'm going to say, I feel let down from Dominic Ball. He hasn't come in and shown that he should be an important player, which of course is the role that he's got. As Luton are now gone above us by a point, but of course we do play Bournemouth today, so I am going to still be simulating this one. And look at the state of that team. Good job as players weren't out for long, as Ball and Lindsay do stay in, but Pollock, Bree, Godwin jumps in over Scales. Gonna see how he can do at the middle. No, I'm going to put Pollock in the middle. Stone in cam. Gyökeres back in. Eccles back in. Of course, McAtee back on the bench as well. Norman got a 15 minutes of game time under his belt, but of course won't be starting this one. So they've got a tired team as well. Bim Peppel starting up front for him. As we get a 2-1 win. That's a big one. And Bim missed a penalty. If you don't remember Bim, season number 1, plays for us in real life. Season number 1, missed a huge chance in one of the games, I think, where we were really doing really badly. Saidi got both of ours, by the way. Baluta for them. But yeah, it was as best striker for the horrific start we had, and there he is missing a penalty for Luton. That's a massive win at Blundell Park, by the way. I mean, it only keeps us mid-table. If we lost that, we would be thoroughly in the bottom half, as Bournemouth, 35 points. I've dropped off a little bit. Still a game in hand, as we are still 5 points off them playoffs, but it could be 8 if Stoke City win their game in hand. So it's all to play for, really. It's a quick turnaround between Bournemouth and Birmingham, so I really don't know how this is going to go. So I'm not looking to promote any of them youngsters as well just yet. It's a point for Bournemouth in their game in hand, as we're going to go with the same team that did get us that win. That requires Dominic Ball in the midfield. Moa already dropped out despite his wonders earlier on. Sorry, mate. As we're going to go with that. Defence as well. Scales out. Godwin stays in. Reggie, want to see a bit more from you, mate. Let's see how it goes against the Cherries at home. And our 250th game in charge here against Bournemouth, so what an occasion it could be if we do get a victory and close that gap on them. Would be a very good one. They can see the tifo in the background. Just behind the Bournemouth badge, you can see the arm of Reggie Stone. Love it. As Bournemouth's relegated side is a good one. Sebastiano Esposito up front. What a player. Marcus Tavernier still there. Jaden Anthony. David Brooks. Good to see him, of course, playing and recovered. As Foster and Kilkenny are sitting. Greg Taylor, Borges, Alvarez Lopez, Fredericks and Neto still in goal. The bench is good as well. Sana, Alexander Surloth, Balantixier. What a team. Sorry you're on the bench. Premier League team. Nothing more, nothing less I can say. That is a Premier League team. As Dominic Ball straight into Josh Eccles. We've got to get going forward here. James Bree gets the ball fizz straight into him as Dominic Ball. There we go. Through onto Reggie. Reggie's just going to keep hold of this one though. And we need an option out wide, as we do get one in James Bree. Reggie Stone across the box into Gyökeres. Josh Eccles tried to open his body up, just didn't work, but here is Saidi. Gives it out wide into Gleno. That's a brilliant ball towards Victor Gyökeres. And of course, the time he scores, he's offside. I tell you what though, it's a brilliant header, but it won't be counting. As Godwin Malif trying to turn on the ball. And that's a terrible pass, Godwin. Come on, you've got to be better than that. Now he's chasing Jaden Anthony. It's gone back to go forward again, trying to get a tackle in, but hasn't worked. Now they've got a little bit of a gap. They're not opting to go for it. Shot's just wide. That's what happens when you just cruise a little bit too much. As Eccles, the turn in the middle of the park. Dominic Ball caught on possession. As now we've got that pass across into Gleno, running forward into Anthony. Reggie Stone, we're going to try and chip that through the gap, try and reach Reggie. Just can't win that header. There's a ball out wide here into David Brooks as Brooksy. He's running through. The pass around the corner is not a great one, as we do manage to read that. Eccles now in the middle. We've still managed to keep it. Dominic Ball to keep on running with this one as he's going to just slowly jog with it. I mean, he's got time, hasn't he, the defensive midfielder? Into Eccles. Needs that overlap from Gleno. Does receive it. Ball whipped in low to Gyökeres. We'll win the corner. I think we've been pretty good at the start of this game. Drag a man short, and we're going to try more from these corners because we did do well with the last one we took, of course. Going to get this one high up. Looking for Victor Gyökeres just to put it over. Not bad, I'd tell you that for free, as that's a ball through as well onto Eccles. From Eccles, should I say. Onto Saidi, who waits for that run around him of Gleno. Gleno's going to whip one deep as well to Gyökeres again. It was put it straight down the keeper's throat. Another big chance, but Norbert, should I say? Is it Norbert or Nobert? In goal with an easy save as Gleno get that thrown in straight away, mate. And now chip that over the top, Eccles. That's brilliant football, you know. Liquid from the Mariners. Can we just dink that across the goal? Gyökeres is injured, of course he is. Only game he seems to be doing okay in, as that's a brilliant tackle from Matty Pollock, I think, as well, as they've got a man down now. As Victor Gyökeres, can he squeeze that through to Saidi? That's a brilliant ball. Tried to get the shot off straight away as the read is straight into Dominic Ball. That's good. Saidi round the corner. A bit too much on it for Eccles. We'll slide in and put the pressure on the defender. Come on. Put the press on here, boys. We've got a little bit of a gap, but got it down the line. And gets Bournemouth a little bit of breathing space because we've been decent in this first half. I'm seeing a bit of a reply. Decent. Better than the last played game, as now they've got to run down this side. Just trying to slowly watch it, but they have managed to get into the middle of the field and passing forward and backwards. It's now into Foster in the middle of the park. What a player he looks. I'm guessing he's a youngster as well. As we've got across and made a tackle. Godwin to cut away. Straight into Matty Pollock. We'll go to the side into Lindsay. Just allowed to jog this forward a little bit. We've got Gleno on this side. Opt for him. There we go. Fizzed it a little bit, but it does work. Saidi. Round the corner. That's a good one. Get it round the corner again. Here's Gleno. We've got Cox here waiting for it. Can he control this? He doesn't, but it should be a corner, yes? It is. Good work. I'm not going to put Cullen on. Don't want to change two strikers straight away, as this is another good chance for a whipped-in ball from this corner. Get a bit more of a swing on this one. Get it away from the keeper. That looks decent towards the man. Lindsay it was. Not bad at all, as the ball into the middle of the park here. Tried to get a tackle on Kilkenny, but it's gone down this wing. Ryan Fredericks. It's an easy pass straight into Gleno, however, as that's a killer ball through the middle. Saidi with the turn, and here is Reggie Stone. He's going to have to slow this down a little bit. Defence very, very quick, as that ball's allowed to go across the field. Eccles to turn, falls to Coxey. Wide. Oh, well, not a great hit as Alex Mowat to come on for ball right here, and that's a dodgy touch from him. Still not managed to get the ball away completely, as Godwin with the turn pass. That's going to go over the top straight into Kilkenny, who I tried to put a tackle on, still hasn't worked. Bournemouth cannot steal anything. They've not been in this game really at all. As Coxey goes back into Mowat, and we'll just try and pass his way out. That's brilliant passing from us, the Mariners. As Coxey's going to try and keep it and give Bree a little bit of time to get forward. Still their defence standing very resolutely, as Esposito's had nothing in this game to cling on to. However, they've got a bit of a gap. Tavernier running forward. We're keeping his defenders back a little bit here. He turns and goes for the shot. That'll fall straight into James Bree, who's going to hook that out. Eccles tries to get his header onto Coxey, who can't control it. Ball tried to be disguised around the corner, but we have managed to read it. Eccles onto Gleno. This could be a chance. As final chance, in fact. Saidi against his former club with a run on here. Can he cut back inside? He does. That's Coxey. That's onto Reggie, who might have stole it at the death. 84 minutes. Reggie Stone, who's not progressing in terms of rating, but progressing in terms of getting the Mariners up the table if this result comes through. What a brilliant move. And just an easy goal, isn't it? Just a smash it. Coxey, very unselfish, leaves it to a certain goal scorer in Reggie Stone to hopefully dump the cherries out of this one. Saidi comes off as well after the goal against his former team. Getting a rest, he's done his business. No mercy, no respect really against them. He's been ruthless, he's had a decent game. As Reggie Stone now forward into Liam Cullen, who's come on for him. Can we get another one maybe? Bree to whip it towards Josh Eccles. Now we need to get the boys back a little bit. We want to get this 1-0 win. It's narrow margins today. However, they've got a chance over the top. It's Tavernier. We've got to watch in the middle as Gleno gets across. Brilliant work from Anthony Glennon. We'll whip that forward, and that's the whistle. That's another tasty win, as I can't believe we really got it. Get in there. We'll close them playoff places a little bit to 3 between us and Bournemouth. What a result for the Mariners once more. Brilliant performance as 9th in the table. I'll take that for now. For now. I'm saying I want to go higher, as the gap is 3 points between us and then playoff places. To be fair, we're not halfway through the season yet, as Birmingham looks a big game. Gyökeres out for 4 weeks. Ooh, don't like that. The wear and tear of the championship getting to his manager a little bit. I have gone ahead and changed him a little bit. He's got the stubble and a new haircut, trying to do a Graham Potter. I am yet to change anything in terms of, like, clothes. And I can't really put glasses on him, can I? I'm not going to change any of the clothes because I just think when you're in the Premier League, that's when you get suited and booted, isn't it? As we're going to see how this game against Birmingham can go. It's going to be simulated, which is a bit of a risk with that tired team, but we're going to see how we go. As we're kind of forced into these ones, and it's Pritchard and Coyle as wing-backs, Scales in the defence. It's a risky move, but it's one we've had to make. Mowat in the midfield. I'm going to actually take Saidi out, and it's Coxey and Cullen up front. Gyökeres injured, Saidi shattered. Oh, it's not really great, is it? It's really not looking at it on paper. As don't worry, I'll come to the right decision, Coxey. I do want to play him, as we'll do as pre-match. That's over and done with us. Hopefully morale has boosted the boys. Hopefully I've put morale into him, should I say, as it's a similar formation. But it's not the similar result which I usually get in these simulations. It's a win. Stirk for them. Put them in the lead, but Coxey with a brace. That is why he was selected in the team. Brilliant work, as the standings now 9th. Still. And the game in hand above us still, but still I keep saying still. Am I still staying still? I don't know. Still. We've got Middlesbrough 1 point ahead of us, which is still quite interesting. As Alex Mowat always talking to me in this save. I've got to say, he's a very noisy player, but I don't mind it. As Liam Cox really boosted. Really pleased you picked me. It could be a big boost for the career. I'm glad to hear it. Top performance. What's not top, however, is how tired his team is. Going into Blackburn Rovers. Ew, it's not looking great. Do we simulate this one? Because if we simulate it, we could simulate it today, as I know I just had a bit of a voice crack. And we're gonna... I don't really think we change it too much. Of course, Coxey was the man who carried us over the line in that last game, so we're gonna have to, for energy, for fatigue. So Bree, Scales, Gleno, Eccles back in, and Saidi back in alongside Coxey. So how can that impact us? I'm feeling like we do simulate this. They are 2 points behind us. Who else do we play tomorrow? It's Huddersfield, Cardiff, Preston, Sheffield United, and Blackburn again. So we might as well simulate them this time. Next episode, play them again at New Blundell Park with Sheffield United and Preston. And of course, then we'll get more time in the window to operate with, which I think is never a bad thing. So they've got a tired team as well. Just beating West Ham in real life as... Oh, man who scored early on against them. In real life scored against us here. Maybe we shouldn't have done that, actually. My mistake. 1-0 defeat to Blackburn. Unfortunate. I mean, it drops us to 12. Right, now we are bang on halfway through the season. We've got to evaluate this. Results-wise, doesn't look too bad, but we've got to be better. It looks like goals scored, which we're lacking in. Blackburn are as well. They've conceded less as well. So, goals scored. Is it another striker we need for January? As we are 3 points off the playoffs, which isn't bad. Still completely in this race. Everyone is. As we've got to do something. As I feel like I might have just done something looking at the scout reports. Of course, we have Willis still coming through, but there was a good one. There he is. Scotty Powell, 65 rated. He's a centre forward. He's better as a cam or a striker. Ooh, I'd actually say striker, you know. I know it's 58 shooting, but the stats around don't look too bad. The game does say cam, however, but Reggie's there. Reggie's there. It's a difficult one. I'll go for cam for now. And in fact, no, I won't promote him because he's not going to get played. Or do I? No, it's very close to January. Promote him. Get him loaned out. I was looking at the loaned out players. Bryn Powell, not doing too great. Not overwhelming. And Maguire Drew, same rating. Pratt gone up by 1. Harry's the same. I don't like that. Mishi Efforty still out of on loan, of course, is on our books. Not doing too great. Dennis has gone up by 2. Mars not going up at all. So his loan's not entirely fascinating. But it doesn't really matter to me as long as we're in-house doing okay. Which, to be fair, we are. We're in the playoff chase. Yes, we could be up there. Results when we've really needed them haven't gone our way. But we'll take it. We'll completely take it. 7 games have got done today. So quite productive, in fact. Thank you guys for watching today. Of course, as always, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on down below as well so you don't miss on anything in the future. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. As always, stay safe, take care of yourselves. In a bit, and peace.